Hello students, today we shall do your chapter 5 determiners from your English grammar book. Now students, what do you understand by determiners? Determiners means to limit, to fix or to mark a noun. Now what are nouns? Any name, place, animal or thing is a noun. So anything which limits, fixes or marks this name, place, animal or thing is called as a determiner. Determiner students are also called as determinants, a word that modifies, describes, or introduces only a noun and not any other part of speech. We know that there are 8 parts of speech, but the word which modifies, describes, and introduces only the noun is known as the determiner. Now, determiners are used before a noun. These are those words that precede a noun. Precede a noun means come before a noun to refer to something particular or specific. Now, there is never more than one determiner before a noun. Now, and it is always placed before the noun like I told you. Now, determiners always agree in gender. That means either male or female, they will always agree on the particular gender only. And number with the nouns they modify. Whether singular or plural, they will be always in agreement with the noun. If the noun is singular, determiner will be in agreement with it. Now, they help to define the nouns and to make the sentences clear and focused. Now, why do we need determiners? Because they will define the noun and they will help the sentences be more clear to us to understand what the sentence is trying to project to us. Now, there may be an adverb or an adjective between the determiner and the noun, but the determiner is only concerned with the noun. It has nothing to do with any adverb or adjective placed between the determiner and the noun. So, we will now try to understand what are the different kinds of determiners. The first kind of determiner students are articles. Now, what are articles? They are a, an, and the. Articles are words that define a noun as being specific or unspecific. Now, based on this, there are two types of articles, definite articles and indefinite articles. Now, definite articles will always introduce a specific noun. It will refer to a specified singular countable noun. The noun which is singular and can be counted is referred to as by the definite article. Now, for example, we went to the best restaurant in town. Now, where did we go? We went to the best restaurant. That means it is specifying the noun restaurant to be the best in town. So, the article the is being used for the best restaurant in town. Now, indefinite article introduces a general unspecified version of a singular countable noun. Now, both of them, the articles the and a and an are referring to singular countable nouns, but definite article the is introducing a specific noun. That means the noun we have a specific definition for that noun, but when we use the indefinite article and it is introducing a general unspecified version of a singular countable noun. Example, I don't have an apple. Second example, this is a book. Now, a is used for words starting with consonants. What are consonants? All the alphabets except A, E, I, O, U, which are your vowels, are consonants. So all those words which start with consonants, before them we place the indefinite article A, and we use and for those words which start with a vowel. What are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. So we discussed the first kind of determiner, which is articles. There are of two kinds, the and a and an. The is the definite article, a and an are the indefinite articles. Now, you will understand this better when we go over to your exercise with lot of examples. The concepts will be clear. Now, what are possessive adjectives? The word possessive itself means belonging to or ownership. Now it refers to the position of a noun. What are the examples of possessive adjectives? My, your, his, her, own, their, and its. Now, how do we use these? Now, possessive adjectives, they will show a sense of belongingness, like I told you, and they can be used both before singular and plural nouns. For example, I love your bag. What am I saying? That I love your bag. Whose bag? Your bag. So that bag belongs to whom? It belongs to you. Therefore, I use the possessive adjective your. Now, I'm saying this is my house. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that that house is mine. Whose house is it? It is my house. So I am the owner of the house. And I love your bag. Who is the owner of the bag? You are the owner of the bag. So these are examples of possessive adjectives, which are the second kind of determiners. Now, the third kind of determiner, students, are demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrate means to point out. Few examples are this, that, these, those. Now, we use this and these when things are near to us. We use that and those when things are farther away from us. This and that are used for singular nouns. These and those are used for plural nouns. Now, demonstrate, as I told you, means to point out. So, when an adjective points to a particular person or thing, it is called as the demonstrative adjective. Now, for example, I am telling you that cycle is mine. What am I telling you? I am pointing out and telling you that that cycle over there is mine. Next example. These eggs are fresh. Now you and I are standing close to each other and I am telling you, I am showing you that these eggs which are near us are fresh. Why am I using these? Because the eggs, there are more than one eggs. These are used for plural nouns. Therefore, these eggs are fresh. I hope it is clear to you, students. Next, we will do the fourth kind of determiner, which is distributive adjectives. Examples of distributive adjectives are each, every, either, neither, both, and any. Now, they are used to refer to individuals or objects among a group of persons or things. Now, there will be a group of persons or things. Now, these determiners, which are distributive adjectives, what they do, from that group of persons or things, they will refer to a certain individual or a certain particular object among that group of persons or things. So, they refer to persons or things one at a time. They discuss what is happening to the participant of or the object or the individual of a particular group. Group means more than many. So one particular participant, one particular object, or one particular individual, what is happening to that is being discussed by your distributive adjective. Example, he gave a chocolate to every student in his class. Now, in his class, there will be at least some 50-60 students. Now, what is the event which is happening here? He is giving a chocolate to every one of those 50 students in his class. So the distributive adjective every is being used as the determiner here. Now what does the determiner do? It determines the noun. In this sentence, which is the noun? Student is the noun. So as we know, the determiners always precede a noun. Precede means come before a noun. Here the noun is student and the determiner every is coming before it. So, I hope distributive adjectives are clear to you. Next is quantifier. Quantifiers are used as determiners because they tell us the amount or the quantity which is there in the information. It is used to give information about the number of something, like how much or how many. Few examples of quantifiers which are used as determiners are some, any, much, no, little, enough, a lot of, lots of, some of, plenty of. For example, we ate some rice and dal. Now, how much rice and dal did you eat? If is the question, you answered, we ate some rice and dal. Next determiner is expressions. We use expressions like many, several, some, any, no, etc. as determiners. Interrogatives, what, which, whose, etc. are also used as determiners. So now what are interrogatives? These are interrogative words which are used with nouns to ask questions like whose, what, and which. They are always followed by nouns. For example, whose cycle is this? Now, I'm asking you a question. Now, see, whose cycle is this? It is ending with a question mark. Now, this question mark itself indicates that this sentence is an interrogative sentence. Now, what, as I told you, interrogative words are those words which are always used before the noun. Identify the noun in whose cycle is this? The noun is cycle. So, the interrogative word which is used as the determiner here is whose, and as I told you, determiners are always before the noun. So here also the interrogative word whose, which is used as a determiner, is placed before the noun cycle. Second example, which is your book? Question mark, interrogative sentence. The interrogative word which is used as the determiner here is which for the noun book over here. I hope all these determiners are clear to you students. Now we will go over to your tryout 1. Read the following paragraph carefully and fill in the blanks with a, an or the. Now see students, it is very easy to just, guess whether to use a, an or the, but we have to give a proper justification why we are using the, why we are using a, why we are using an. Now, the Gond kingdom of Garha Katanga was a rich state. Why am I using the Gond kingdom? Because the Gond kingdom is a proper noun and we use the definite article the when we know something is specific. So the kingdom is the Gond kingdom. It is a specific kingdom. Therefore, we use the definite article the and we do not use a Gond kingdom. It is the Gond kingdom of Garha Katanga was a rich state. Why a rich state and not the rich state? Because a is written when it refers to something which is not known to us, but when it is being told to us. Now, what is being told to us? The Gond kingdom of Garha Katanga was a rich state. What kind of state was it? It was a rich state. So the word which is giving us some information about the state is rich. So the determiner which is used before rich is a. Now, it earned much wealth by trapping and exporting wild elephants to other kingdoms. When the Mughals defeated the Gonds, again, Mughals and Gonds are proper nouns. So, we will use the specific definite article the for these two, Mughals and Gonds. They captured a huge booty of coins and elephants. So, what is describing the booty? Huge, the word huge, which we did not know, but now it is being told to us that they captured a huge booty of coins and elephants, something which was not known to us, which was not specific. We use the indefinite article a or an. So here we will use the indefinite article a because it is placed before huge, which is a word which is starting with a consonant h. Therefore, we use a and not an. Now, next, they annexed part of the kingdom. Again, we know kingdom is a noun. So, therefore, we will use the for kingdom and granted the rest to Chandra Shah and uncle. Why an uncle? Because uncle is starting with a vowel U of Bir Narayan. Despite the fall of Garha Katanga, the fall, why the fall? Because we are describing what happened to Garha Katanga. Something specific happened, the fall. The Gond kingdom again survived for some time. Why the Gond kingdom? Like we said, because it is a proper noun. However, they became much weaker and later struggled unsuccessfully against the stronger Bundelas and Marathas. Now, I hope this is clear to you students. The usage of the articles in this passage. You can go through the explanation which I have given over here to again understand properly. You can pause the video, try and understand why I have used the particular article the, a, and over here I have given it with explanation over here. Next, try out 2. Fill in the blanks in the following paragraph with appropriate demonstratives. Now, what are demonstratives? This, that, these, and those. Now, we use demonstratives to point out, like I explained in the explanation. So here, the well-stocked library. Now, you and I are having a conversation. Okay, first thing is that which is to be kept in mind. Now, I am telling you, the well-stocked library was located in that shady corner of this grove. Now, where are we both standing? We are standing in this grove, which is we are both standing in the same place. So I am talking to you, you are next to me, I am talking to you, and I am showing you one shady corner of the grove, which is little further away from us. So I will tell you, the well-stocked library was located in that shady corner of this grove where we are standing. Okay. Every day I walked to that library and took out this well-known book of Pi Kens to read. Now, this book is in my hand. You are standing next to me. Therefore, I am saying, I am showing you this book, which is very close to both of us. Therefore, it is this. And I am pointing out to that library, which is in that shady corner of the grove. Now, this black cat, that means the black cat is always around us. It always followed me whenever I went in that library, but it did not disturb my reading. I still miss that wonderful library. I am pointing out to the library, which is at a distance in the shady corner of this grove. Next, try out 3. Fill in the blanks with appropriate possessives. Now, possessives show a sense of belonging. Like I told you, my, your, his, hers, these are all possessives. Try and use a different possessive for each blank. Now, dash books are kept in my bag. Now, from the sentence itself, I am talking about books which are kept in my bag. Whose bag? My bag. So, they will be obviously my books. So, the possessive used here is my. Second, dash teacher has arrived in the class. Now, whose teacher has arrived in the class? This is how you should approach the sentence. Ask a question. Their teacher has arrived in the class. Next, third, dash approach towards your work is good. Now, whose work are we talking about? Your work. So, what approach? Your approach. Your approach towards your work is good. Fourth, our awards will be held today. So we are discussing about our awards. So the possessive used here is are. Number 5. Dash sister walks with her. Whose sister? Her sister walks with her. Next, try out 4. Choose the correct options to fill in the blanks. You can take dash half. They are exactly the same, either or neither. Now, what will you use here? Why are you using either here and not neither here? Now, half means equal to equal halves. So, either is used with or to indicate choices or possibilities between two things. Neither is used with nor to indicate two or more people, things, or actions, etc., about which something is not true. So here, because we are talking about exactly two halves, so it is either this or that. Therefore, you can take either half. They are exactly the same. Number 2, the few friends he has are reliable. Why is it the few and not few? Now, students, few is a quantifier which is used with plural countable nouns. It means not many or not enough. But very important thing to remember is the few means not many but all of those. That means जितना है उतना ही. That is why we say जितने भी कम friends है उसके वो reliable है. So the few friends he has are reliable. Now, number 3, he has little money. Little or the little. He has little money. Why? We use little to specify that little means a bit of or hardly any. It is used before non-countable nouns. Now, money is a non-countable noun. The little is used to express not much but all there is. For example, I'll tell you the difference between little and the little. He has little money. But the example for the little is I spent the little money I had. मेरे पास जितना भी पैसा था वो सब मैंने खर्च कर दिया. मेरे पास कम पैसा है. Can you understand? He has little money. So what is the difference when I use the little? I spent the little money I had. जितना भी कम पैसा था वो मैंने खर्च कर दिया. Now number 4. You spend much time on the internet. much and many. It is much. Why? Because much is used for non-countable nouns like juice, time, rich, patience, happiness. Now, while using much, the noun will always be singular. It cannot be plural. Now, many is used to describe countable nouns like books, leaves, shoes, etc. Number five, will you please give me some milk? Why not any? Because any is used in negative sentences. Example of a negative sentence is I didn't see any people in the park on Sunday. That means there were no people present on Sunday. But will you please give me some milk indicates that it is a positive sentence in the sense that you have some milk and I'm asking you to give me some milk. I will not say will you please give me any milk. Any is used for negative meaning sentences. Next. Each side of an equilateral triangle has the same length. Will we use each or every? Now, when do we use each? We use each when it defines individual things within a larger group of two or more items. And every refers to collective group of three or more items. You have to keep this in mind. Each for a two or more items within a group and every for a collective group of three or more items. Therefore, equilateral triangle, each side of an equilateral triangle has the same length. Next, number seven. Dash citizen should vote. Every citizen should vote. Why? Like I said, every refers to a collective group of three or more citizens. Citizen has, in this sentence, citizen is more than one citizen. Every citizen should vote. Number eight. What's wrong today? Neither of you played well. Now, there are more than two players over here. Therefore, I'm using neither. Either indicates only for two people, but neither when more than two people are there. So, in a team, there are more than two people. And as a team coach, I'm asking, what's wrong today? Neither of you played well. That means none of the members of the team played well. Now, Ajay planted neem trees on dash side of the road, either or neither. Now, a road has only two sides, left side and right side. So, I will write either. Number 10. I need some eggs to make pancakes, but I don't find any in the fridge. Now see, when did I say, how did I explain some and any to you? Some is used in positive sense. Now what I need some eggs to make pancakes. What is positive about the sentence? That means I'm going to make pancakes using some eggs. But I don't find some in the fridge. I will not write some in the fridge, but I don't find any in the fridge. Why? Because don't find is a negative sentence, negative meaning being given to the sentence. Therefore, I will use the determiner any over here. Number 11. There is dash water in the bottle. Please fill it again. There is little water in the bottle. Please fill it again. Number 12. There is so many salt in the group. No, there is so much salt. Why? Because salt is an uncountable noun. Therefore, I will use much. Many is when there is a definite number or a count to the noun. 13. Dash people witness the accident. Many people witness the accident. Number 14. There is dash hope of his recovery. There is little hope of his recovery. That means I cannot give you a specific answer saying that there is what kind of hope for his recovery. There is a little no. There is little hope of his recovery. Number 15. The few suggestions he gave were all carried out. Why not a few? Because whatever suggestions he gave, whatever few suggestions he gave were all carried out. Therefore, the specific few suggestions he gave were all carried out because we use the definite article the for something specific. Therefore, the few suggestions he gave were all carried out. Number 16. I bought a few shirts. So, I will use a few shirts here. Now, try out 5. Underline the error and write the correct word in the provided space. Once upon the time, no. Once upon a time. Monkeys lived in an forest? No, monkeys lived in a forest because forest is a noun which is starting with a consonant. Therefore, a forest. Every of them was very naughty? No. Once upon a time, two monkeys lived in a forest. Therefore, each of them was very naughty. They disturbed each traveler who took rest under their tree. No, they disturbed every traveler. Obviously, there will be more than one traveler. So, every traveler who took rest under their tree will be was being disturbed by them. One day, any foxes decided to teach them a lesson. One day, some foxes decided to teach them a lesson. They said, the few bananas are kept in our den. No, they said a few bananas are kept in our den. We shall eat them later. Now, how many monkeys were there? Two. Therefore, both the monkeys decided to steal those bananas which were there in the den, which is far away. So, therefore, we use the determiner those. Both of them got down the tree to go to their den. Now try out 6. Critical thinking. Write the missing letters of the determiners to complete the sentences. Why are there organisms that cannot make their own food called heterotrophs? Now why do I use the determiner the here, students? Because it is used to indicate to us the identity of the noun here, which is organisms. The organism is the noun which is specific here. Therefore I use the definite article the. Next, why is Cascata referred to as a parasite? Because I've written a parasite because A is used for the specific noun parasite over here. Now, number 3. Occasionally, many buds, because it is a plural, buds are plural, many arise from a bud, bud over here is singular, therefore a, which results in a chain of buds, which is a specific, in a chain of buds. What is this process called here? This is used because the process here is a singular and uncountable noun. Therefore, I use this. Where do we use this? This is used for the uncountable or singular noun. Now, number 4. Red blood cells, white blood cells, and plasma are some components of blood because there are more than 3 things. Therefore, I am using the determiner sum. What are their roles? Now, here sum is used for indefinite quantities present in the blood. There could be more than these RBCs, WBCs, and plasma, and more components also. Therefore, I am using sum. Now, why am I using there? Because it is indicating ownership over here and is describing the roles of the RBC, WBC, and the plasma over here. I hope it is clear to you, students. Number 5. Some organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. What are such organisms called? Why am I using some? I explained to you because it is used before the noun organisms to describe their indefinite quantities. And why am I using such? Such is used as the determiner in this noun phrase to add emphasis to the noun organisms. Whom are we talking about? We are talking about organisms. And what is the question I'm asking about? I am asking questions about those organisms only. Therefore, I will use the determiner. What are such organisms called? In the first sentence, I said some organisms take nutrients from dead and decaying matter. In the second noun phrase, I am asking you what are such organisms called? That means we are talking about the noun organisms only over here. So, we come to the end of this chapter determiners over here. I hope this chapter was clear to you, students. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely clear your doubts. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. And please keep the notification bell button on so that whenever I post a new video, you get notified about it. Thank you, students, and kindly subscribe.